And now I see the magic one at the bottom of the screen, which tells me it's time to speak. Yeah, Ewok Rant. I have a hoodie on that I didn't know I had. Ta-da. Yeah, it looks pretty bad, but it's comfy as all hell. So I went shopping, and I've had the usual strange phone calls. I get a lot of public research calls. The robocalls lately have been really, the cat's petting. This cat, she gave me a claw yesterday because I wasn't paying enough attention to her. She actually clawed through the jeans, so I'm going to be turn around. Don't want to pet the stump, I want to pet the cat head. Yeah, so I got this phone call. It's because of the latest combination travesty and tragedy that is the new American budget. And these polls, the Republicans are doing them because they go on general questions and then they get into talking about the local Republican candidate, and they are always very loud and they speak very simply, and they make you think that, I guess they assume the average person answering this thing is a moron. Nothing against actual morons, but they're so effing insulting. And you can't leave any feedback. You can either say, yes, he's doing a good job, no, he's not doing a good job, or 3. So I'm sitting there punching in, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, and of course we had another shooting. I'm not going to really get into it, except another excuse not to talk about gun control. I mean, what does it take? And sometimes, even this morning as I was driving to the supermarket, I'm thinking, I would really enjoy having somebody saying, it's not the time to talk about this. And then I shoot them in the face, which is not the Christian way, but it certainly would prove a point, wouldn't it? Got some alarming mail here. I'm going to talk about that in my next rant. I'm going to do a little bit of a talk about sacrifice, it being Lenten season, and what is animal sacrifice? What does animal sacrifice mean? Does it still have a place today? Sadly, it does. But my Roundup rant is regarding Home Depot. I went to Home Depot this morning because I had a few extra minutes before I got into the library. The library opens at 9. I did everything so early, I was done by 8:30. So I drive over to Home Depot and go in there looking for ice melt because it's supposed to snow. Okay, where's the ice melt? There isn't any ice melt because it's now time to push all the spring stuff. So I ask around, they're like, maybe in back of aisle 49. Never mind, I'll take my chances. But so I round the corner, and 20 feet from the inside of the door is the Roundup that everybody knows is poisonous, kills insects, probably gives us cancer, poisons the groundwater, but there it is, all lined up, the Roundup. So I'm going this way. I look a little farther where I hope there might be an extra ice melt now. Went back towards the exit because you can't go in and out the same door. And in that maybe 120 feet between the time I passed the Roundup, went back, and went out the door, I had a headache. I had an actual headache, sickness from the spring chemicals that are out. And not everything's even out. A few things of Miracle-Gro, the Roundup, the bags of, I would love to have a bag of plain old cow shit. That's what we used to do as a kid. We would get the 40-pound bags of manure, and boom, that went on the garden. It was wonderful. But I'm angry because why is Home Depot? Well, you know why Home Depot is selling Roundup? Because they have plenty of it. They've bought plenty of it. It's been pushed on them. And the average person is the moron who presses 1 when these political surveys come on. Rant number 2 is coming up in a few minutes, and that's going to be about the Lenten season, what it means to me, should it mean anything to anybody, and the whole idea of animal sacrifice, which is a thing I was pondering on the way to work the other day. So let me put this on the YouTube, and I'll be back in a little bit. This is a One of three today, because I figured I'd do three. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Mrs. Chester saying happy Saturday.